When people talk about attractiveness, they often mention clear skin, good grooming, or even charisma. But beneath all of that lies a more brutal, more unchangeable truth: bone mass. It's not a trend, it's not something you can fix with makeup or a haircut. Bone mass is the silent architect of your face, your true genetic ceiling. And whether you know it or not, every judgment made about your face begins with your bone structure. If you want to support the channel and get your face evaluated by me with personalized look maxing advice, link will be down in the description. If you want to start your own look maxing journey but lack the knowledge, my book is also on my website. Without further ado, let's get this video started. So what is bone mass and why does it matter? Bone mass isn't just about how heavy your skeleton is. In the context of facial aesthetics, it refers to the density, projection, and robustness of your craniofacial bones. People with higher bone mass tend to have more pronounced cheekbones, wider and more forward-set jaws, sharper orbital rims, thicker brow ridges. These aren't just aesthetic features. These are biological signals, indicators of testosterone exposure, genetic health, and even social dominance. A 2006 study published in Evolution and Human Behavior found that male facial features associated with greater bone mass were consistently rated as more attractive, especially in short-term mating contexts. These traits subconsciously signal strength, protection, and reproductive fitness. Areas of the face most affected by bone mass. Let's break it down region by region. First, the mandible or the jawline. This is the holy grail of bone-dominant beauty. A wide, angular, and forward-projecting jaw not only adds masculinity but conveys dominance and maturity. Studies from the University of St. Andrews showed that men with wider bygones or jaw width were perceived as more sexually appealing, especially when viewed from the side. Second, the zygomatic arches or the cheekbones. High cheekbones are often praised, but it's the robustness and lateral projection of the zygomatic bones that matter. A strong midface. Low bone mass in this area leads to a flat, underdefined face, commonly referred to as soft or feminine look in the black belt circles. Third, orbital bones or the eye area. Deep-set eyes with thick orbital rims give that hunter-type look, mysterious, intense, and masculine. In contrast, weak orbital bones lead to bulging eyes and a prey-like appearance, something that's often associated with submissiveness and lack of dominance. Fourth, the maxilla or the midface. Perhaps the most underrated region, a forward-growing maxilla results in better under-eye support, higher cheekbones, and a shorter midface, a configuration repeatedly shown in anthropometric research to correlate with youth and symmetry. A recessed maxilla, on the other hand, creates under-eye hollowing, flat cheeks, and even contributes to a weaker nose structure. Now let's take a look at some real-life examples. Let's take two celebrities. Brad Pitt, forward-growing maxilla, strong mandible, thick brow ridge, and high bone mass. Timothée Chalamet, delicate features, low bone density, grass-eyed structure. Aesthetic but feminine, his appeal is niche, more pretty than handsome. Another example, Henry Cavill versus Ezra Miller. Both are attractive in different ways, but Cavill's face is built on a scaffold of heavy bone mass. His appeal is primal. Ezra, though symmetrical, has a more gracile bone structure. In the real-world dominance hierarchies, Cavill's face type would likely be perceived as more commanding. Why you can't fake your bone mass? You can't train your way into a bigger jaw. No cream or skincare product gives you forward eye support. This is why bone-based attractiveness is so brutal. It exposes the limits of your improvement. Even fat loss, which can improve the visibility of your bone structure, can't add to it. You can reveal what's already there, but if your cheekbones are flat or mandible recessed, there's only so much aesthetics you can do. This is also why procedures like zygomatic and jaw implants, orthognathic surgery, and midface advancements are gaining traction in the aesthetic industry. This is the only way to increase projection and stimulate true bone density. Bone mass versus soft tissue, why structure wins. You've probably seen soft, cherubic faces fade quickly with age. That's because soft tissues ages poorly when it lacks support. Bone-dominant faces age like granite. The underlying structure holds firm even as skin loses elasticity. In evolutionary terms, bone mass isn't just about beauty, it's about durability. A face that ages well signals strong genetics and long-term reproductive viability. A fascinating study from 2019 found that men with higher facial bone density had lower cortisol levels and higher testosterone levels. Again, linking structure to not just attractiveness, but biological resilience. But what do you guys think about all of this? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. That's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A like and subscribe will be highly appreciated. And like usual, catch you guys in the next one.